There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from Jobs180.com, and welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live. Now, this session is done for and in coordination with Trinity University of Asia. Before we proceed, I would like to first invite everyone to join us in prayer.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
Good morning again, and thank you everyone for coming. We would like to thank in advance companies that will be presenting later. So mamaya sa ating mga talk, meron tayong in-invite na company partners. So thank you very much for joining us today. We would also like to thank CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. Get the latest fashion trends for your corporate attire needs. Check out CEO Store in Lazada and Shopee or at the nearest mall in your area. For career opportunities, visit jobs180.com/CEO Group. Okay, so of course, aside from the industry partners, we want to thank the school. Thank you to the officials of Trinity University of Asia. So if it were not for coordination with you, hindi tayo matutuloy today. So, well, with that said, to start things off, we have opening remarks from one of your school officials. So, we would like to share a message prepared by Ms. Janet Victoria A. Naval, Director of the Guidance Center of Trinity University of Asia.
Trinity administrators, faculty and staff, partners from Jobs 180, esteemed speakers and students. Good morning. Indeed, times has been hard for most of us for the past year. But since the government began the rollout of the vaccine for COVID-19, there is hope that our country will soon be going back to normal in terms of business and economy. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this year's virtual career talk and job fair. As part of Trinity University of Asia's efforts to help its students achieve their goals in securing future jobs and internships, the Global Education and Industry Relations Office and Guidance Center has been working together for the past few years for our students to have the opportunity to be prepared to meet future sponsors and reputable and well-established company representatives. Teaching students to seize the day and explore every opportunity will no doubt assist them in their journey and their path to succeed. Teaching students the importance of building their career path by knowing and determining where they want to go and how to get there will most certainly facilitate the right and suitable career that will help them enrich and make a difference in their community. I would like to extend my deep thanks and appreciation on behalf of the institution to Jobs 180 and all student participants who made this event possible. I would also like to thank Mr. Caleb Conyate of the Global Education and Industry Relations Office and the Guidance Center team for their hard work and efforts in putting this event together. Again, accept my heartfelt thanks and welcome to the 2021 Virtual Career Talk and Job Fair.
Thank you, Ms. Naval, for preparing the message. So, well, we appreciate that you were thanking Jobs 180. So, on behalf of Jobs 180, I would like to say thanks as well to you, to Trinity University of Asia. Okay, so just a few announcements before we begin. For those online, please comment your name, course, and year of graduation. So ito ay para dun sa online right now. But if I'm not mistaken, share din naman to. But again, sa online right now, name, course, and year of graduation, please comment dyan sa comment box. And use the same comment box later because we will have Q&A after each talk. So familiarize yourself with the comment box. Kailangan natin gamitin yan later. Okay, so I would now like to show the topics that we will cover today. So meron tayong 3 topics and for each topic, we will have 1 speaker. And then after each topic, yun nga, may Q&A tayo. So tanong nyo lang yung questions dyan sa comment box. So ang ating 3 topics, first is online applications. We will have a representative from jobs180.com. Then virtual interviews, have someone from Cognizant Technology Solutions. And last, new normal world of work from 51 Talk. So ito ang ating mga topics and yung companies na nagpadala ng speakers today. Okay, so let's move on to the first topic. So as you can see, it's online applications. And I would now introduce our speaker. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. Let's all turn our attention to the Managing Director of Jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua.
allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No? Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi naman papansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot. Pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So, sayang lang. So, you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? you go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo siya nasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Ilagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No? Ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma. Diba? Transcript. Ano pa? TOGA? Hindi ebidensya yung TOGA. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, diba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, diba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O diba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O diba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung hindi mo type yung sagot, edi-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O diba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng magandang kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Diba? Inasa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na akit bahay gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay, sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat yung gawin at hindi yung dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto ka niya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, diba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na sila real-time. As in real-time. Diba? Ayos, diba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo atensyon, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So yan. So tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan Ang kulit, tsaka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card na dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Di ba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cellphone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Diba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, diba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat compatible. Lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo. Especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool, please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang job street resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, 'di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. 'Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com or email us, email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Sir Kim with his talk on the resume link. So, Sir Kim, we are now the portion for our Q&A. But before that, I would like to once again encourage everyone sa ating viewers na ask nyo yung comments nyo, yung questions nyo dyan sa comment box natin. In the meantime, Sir Kim, I have a question for you. Earlier, you were talking about yung sa paggamit ng email, valid email, sabi mo nga, wag facebook.com. Could they use yung kanilang school email, yung email specifically given ng school for each individual? Kasi technically, it's valid. They could verify naman by open. What can you say
That's
about
correct. Oh, Sir Robert, tama. No, we have to clarify that that item. So for those who are listening, dalawa lang naman na nangyari right now. One is naka-register na kayo, and the other one is hindi pa kayo naka-register. So doon muna tayo sa nakapag-register na kayo. In case you've already registered for your resume link and you used your school-issued email, because sometimes no, yung school nagpo-provide ng official email address about estudyante. If you use that school-issued email to register for your resume link, what I recommend is you edit it to your personal email na. Okay, there's nothing wrong in using that. It's okay. You can register. It's a valid email. You can verify your account as a proof na ikaw ang gumawa ng resume link. However, ang recommend ko is you edit it to your personal email. Why? Okay, this is the reason. Later on, when you graduate, baka makalimutan mo na siyang i-edit. So sooner or later, I'm sure you will graduate. Baka in the next few weeks, in the next few months, graduate na kayo. Diba? Or maybe some of you are listening, diba? Matagal-tagal pa, no? Baka ilang taon pa. I don't know. So, pero ang point ko is gagraduate din kayo. Now, when you graduate, later on, ang tendency is makakalimutan natin i-update yung profile natin, lalo na yung email address natin. So, pagka ganun na nangyari, you will not be receiving the notifications anymore from the companies and also from jobs180.com. And that's the reason why I recommend, para hindi na makalimutan, mamaya, no? Pag nakagawa na, mamaya din, palitan mo na yung school-issued email address to your personal email. Now, the second scenario is hindi ka pa naka-register, obviously, wag nyo na gamitin yun. Doon na tayo sa personal email nyo para wala ka nang papalitan. Di ba? You just proceed na directly to using your personal email address. So I hope nasagot ko yung tanong at napaalalahanan natin yung mga audience about that item. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Kim. Well, tomorrow, they will be needing itong resume link. They will be having yung kanilang virtual career fair with us. So, makikita ng viewers natin sa baba yung schools.jobs180.com/TUA. Yan, right now, it's scrolling. Yan, palabas na. So,
Tama.
what can they expect once pumasok sila, once in-enter nila to sa kanilang browser?
Okay, so these are the expectations, no? One, if you go to the link that you're seeing now na nakascroll sa screen, schools.jobs180.com/TUA, if you go to that page, may automatic pop-up doon na message inviting you to join the Virtual Career Fair Live, which is happening tomorrow. So, when you click yung next step doon, actually, ang first step lang naman is gumawa ng resume link. Yan ang first step, no? Gumawa ng resume link. Kung meron ka ng resume link, when you open your account, meron doon pop-up ulit, di ba? At asking you to join. So, ang gagawin mo lang doon, dalawa lang. Either hindi mo siya papansinin, wag naman, no? Or doon ka sa click mo to join, which we recommend you to do. No, we recommend you to do because wala namang bayad mag-join ng job fair. Might as well explore the opportunities to meet and greet these companies, no? As in, get intimate with them tomorrow sa Virtual Career Fair Live. So, yun ang second step. Click to join. Now, once you click that button doon sa inyong resume link na account, pag click mo nung join button, you'll be getting an email reminder on what to do, what to prepare, and of course, yung link doon sa Zoom platform natin na gagamitin for the Virtual Career Fair Live tomorrow. Yan. Yan ang kailangan paghandaan. Yun po. I hope na answer ko, no?
Okay.
What to expect. By the way, what to expect pala. Sorry. Tomorrow,
Go ahead, sir.
prepare your questions. Baliktad to ngayon. Kayo ang aplikante, pero kayo mag-prepare ng questions sa mga companies. Okay, because the companies, they are expected to present about the company, to present about their opportunities, and to present about the type of people they're looking for. Yan ang typical expectation sa isang company na nagdo-join sa job fair. Okay, sa virtual career fair. Now, sa mga aplikante, ang common nangyayari is nag-aantay tayo ng mga tinatanong sa atin kung tayo yung mga job seeker. Diba? This time, this is what I challenge you to do. Prepare your questions. Kayo ngayon ang mag-interview dun sa mga companies. Diba? And let them, when I say you interview them, hindi yung kayo yung HR at sila yung aplikante. Kayo yung aplikante, you interview them to get to know more about the opportunities that they're offering. Okay? So, Tagalog, English, kung ano man lingwahe gusto nyo, I hope masasagot naman kayo sigurado nung mga companies na magjo-join. Okay? So, ask them anything during the breakout session, during the intimate portion. You can talk to them one-on-one, you can talk to them in a virtual group. Okay? So, yun po.
Okay,
Prepare.
thank you, Sir Kim. And, well, thank you na-remind natin ang ating viewers and also inform them kahit paano kung anong expectations for tomorrow. Thank you, sir. I think that's all the time we have for our Q&A. So, thank you very
Yes.
much for answering the questions and
Thank
again
you.
for your earlier presentation. Thank you,
Paalala
sir.
lang bukas, don't forget, Friday, 1:30 ng hapon. Okay, join the Virtual Career Fair Live of Trinity University of Asia, powered by jobs180.com. Prepare your resume link, one click of a button, nandun na yung information mo sa company. Ganun kabilis. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir
Be
Kim.
safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So, recap ko lang ang sinabi ni Sir Kim. So, tomorrow, 1:30 p.m., kita-kita tayo sa inyong Virtual Career Fair live. So, paano makasali? Well, first of all, pinaka-important is you make your resume link and then, yun nga kanina, sabi dun sa schools.jobs180.com/TUA. Punta kayo dyan and then you will see a pop-up message. And then this will take you dun sa inyong Jobs 180 account. So if wala, again, you have to register. And if meron, you log in. And then once you log in, may magpa-pop up again dun. So pag pop up nun, dalawa lang ang pwede nyo gawin. One is to ignore. One is to click. Merong button dun, says join and get reminder. So pag pindot nyo ng join and get reminder, so it's your way of saying na nagre-register kayo para doon sa ating career fair. So, ano mangyayari once registered kayo, well, you will be given reminders and then dun nyo na rin makikita yung inyong link, yung Zoom platform that we will be using tomorrow. Makukuha niyo yung link sa inyong email once you register and join and get reminder. Pindutin nyo lang yon. And also, aside from that, syempre, yung reminders hindi lang naman limited sa link, hindi lang limited sa time. Meron na rin other info doon that will be useful for you tomorrow. Sige.
Hi Sir Robert, I'm back. Kasi nung narinig kong pinipresent mo yung saan yung link, let's give them a better visuals of what to happen. Ito po, nisi-share ko sa screen
Yes, sir,
right
better
now.
na po yan. Go ahead, sir.
Yan. Ayun. Since na-mention naman din po ni Sir Robert about the link, ito na po yun. Para may idea kayo. Ito na po, no? Saka sa ini-imagine nyo. So you go to this link, that's schools.jobs180.com/TUA. When you go there, you will see this pop-up message. Ito po yun. Itatanggal ko, tapos pop up ko ulit para makita nyo. Yan, pop-up. O, diba? Ayan. So lumabas siya. So wala kayo ibang pwedeng gawin dito kung hindi gumawa ng Jobs180 account to join. Now, kung meron na kayo account ng resume link sa Jobs180, then you don't need to create again. You just have to go log into your resume link and you will now see the click join button. Yung click join na button na yan. Yun ang gagawin nyo. Yan na po. Ay, hindi ko na mapapakita ngayon. Kaya kayo na ang mag-log in sa inyo pong resume link. Okay? And you will be able to see that. Okay? Yan lang po. So, I'll stop my screen sharing. There.
Hindi mo talaga, sir, makikita yung link nila because hindi ka naman from Trinity.
Oh, yes.
Kasi
Tama
makikita
ka, Sir
lang yung
Robert.
pop-up na yun. Sige, sir, go. Paliwanag niyo,
Tama
sir.
ka. Tama ka. Tama. By the way, this is extended not only for the current students of Trinity University of Asia, but also to your alumni. So, kung meron man yung mga previous na nag-register na po ng jobs180.com na resume link, for as long as they said they are part of Trinity University of Asia, even from at one point in time, graduate sila 3, 5, 10, 20 years ago. Okay, halimbawa lang, no? As long as they create their resume link and they said that they are part of Trinity University of Asia, they will be receiving that virtual career fair live invitation. Okay? Now, just the same, if you have friends lang, if you have mga friends, relatives na gusto nyo rin naman ipa-join dito, baka kasi inisip nyo, ay, pang Trinity lang ba ito? Pang mga Trinitians lang ba itong Virtual Career Fair Live na ito? Well, the answer is no. Ginawa natin to invitation exclusively para sa inyo. Okay? Pero, pwede rin po kayo mag-share sa mga kaibigan nyo, sa mga barkada nyo, sa mga kamag-anak nyo, at sino pa ibang kilala nyong nangangailangan din ng opportunity, share them the link once you receive it dun sa email reminder nyo. Okay? So, for you to get that link, you have to go through step number 2, which is to click and join. Okay? Click and join, you get the reminder. Alright?
Kaya na siguro nila yun, sir. Hindi naman masyado complicated. Click and join. Naniniwala
Kaya
ako.
nyo kahit nakapikit ng isang
Kaya
mata.
nila.
Ayan, kaya nyo na yan.
Matitindot din nila yan somehow. So, ayun nga. So, click and join, get a reminder. So, we hope na lahat ng viewers natin dito ay makikita natin bukas. And well, aside from that, syempre pati yung mga friends nyo, maybe they're not available now. Wala sila sa ating webinar, but they will be free tomorrow. Please let them know yung mga na-discuss namin dito because of course, we want to see them also sa ating career fair bukas. Okay. Sir Kim, kanina you were saying about yung expectations nila sa career fair. Parang medyo brief yata yung pag-explain natin. Sabi lang natin na meron silang time with the companies to talk to each other. Sabi mo nga, prepare their questions. Maybe you could give more info on yung what they could expect sa ating tomorrow.
Okay. So, what to expect? Sa dami-dami ng mga iba-iba. Imagine, we have about 400 colleges and university partners, diba? Nationwide. So, bawat school, sa totoo lang, iba-iba rin yung culture, iba-iba rin yung type of people, no, na kung paano makapag-interact. Pero isa lang masasabi ko, lahat tayo naghahanap ng trabaho. Yan yung in common. Okay? So, once you're inside that virtual career fair, or at least man lang, hindi ko sinasabi naghahanap ng trabaho, nag-explore ng opportunity. Okay? So, I think that's a better term. So, exploring for opportunity. Maybe that opportunity is for later on, punta pa rin kayo, or for OJT or internship, punta pa rin kayo. Basta naghanap kayo opportunity, tignan nyo lang. Just shop around. Now, what to prepare? One, you might want to dress appropriately, no, in
Mm.
front of a camera, which will be talked about later on. Na-invite tayo ng isang speaker po, pakinggan niyo yung kanyang talk kung paano mag-dress up virtually, no. Kagaya ngayon, at least kahit pa paano, you look professional, no, in front of a camera, especially when you go to the breakout room at kapag kayo in interview, you might also want to open your camera, 'di ba? Para fair ang laban, 'di ba? Pag nakita mo yung HR, nakita rin kayo nung HR, at doon pa lang mas nakakaintindihan tayo sa mga iba pang possible na kailangan natin malaman. Now, in the event lang that your data cannot accommodate yung connection po for the camera, then it's okay to keep your camera off. Okay?
Mhm.
This is a valid excuse, by the way, sa virtual world right now. No, it's a valid excuse kasi naman maputol yung connection, 'di ba? Okay na lang yung walang camera. Basta lang you have to turn on your mic. Okay? Pag hindi mo turn on yung mic niyo, kakalawangin po 'yan. Okay? At hindi tayo magkakaintindihan. Because I've seen some applicants, what they do, they send questions through chat. Imagine you're chatting, you ganito lang kasimple, 'di ba? Sa isang minuto, gaano karami ang pwede mo itanong through chat? Sa isang minuto, gaano karami pwede mo itanong kung verbal? At gaano kabilis din yung process? It will be more efficient, no, to do the process pag nag-uusap na lang tayo. Imagine mo yung buong presentation ko, chinachat ko right now, binabasa nyo. Baka hindi pa tayo tapos, nandun pa rin sa step 1. Chinachat ko pa rin yan. Diba? So, you get my point, no? Hanggat maaari, yan na yung fail-safe ninyo. Talagang walang-wala na. Talagang kinalawang ng microphone, no? Mabagal talaga internet. Then, maybe the option na lang is really to chat yung questions sa HR. Okay? Pero, I'm just saying lang na sa ganong scenario, mas maganda pa rin, be prepared, dress appropriately, prepare your questions. More than preparing your questions, prepare yourself then to answer. Okay, to answer. Kung tinanong kayo ng mga companies, they will basically ask you lang naman normally if you'll be interested to explore their opportunities. Diyan lang naman normally umiikot. Doon nagsisimula. Kumbaga sa ligawan, 'di ba? Doon nagkakaalaman, 'di ba? May interesado ba tong taong to sa iyo, 'di ba? So doon nagsisimula no, you'll be putting your of course best foot forward pagdating sa interview, and the companies will be asking you questions about kung anong gusto mo malaman about the company, aside from the fact na nag-present na sila about their details. Ganon. So those are the things to expect. No, ako lang, I want you to stand out. Remember, like ko sinasabi, 'di ba? Sa dami-dami na aplikante, you want to stand out for sure. And one of the things na na-observe ko sa mga virtual platform, no, sa virtual career fair live na nangyayari, one of the ways that applicants stand out is when they are the ones who's volunteering themselves and asking questions. Sila yung natatanong, ma'am, sir, 'di ba? Pwede ko po ba malaman if you have any relocation package being offered, 'di ba? Meron po ba, kasi medyo malayo yung bahay namin sa offices ninyo. May mga ganun, no? Do you offer allowances? Minsan wala naman pong maling tanong eh. It's about how you are going to ask them politely. Yun yung importante. Okay? So, there's 101 ways for you to ask that question, pero yung pinakamaganda dyan is to be polite in terms of asking your questions. At sigurado ako, yung mga companies, they are going to answer you, no, sa mga inquiries ninyo. Yan po. So, we're so excited to have Trinitians, no, join that virtual career fair, and those companies are so looking forward to have you. Hindi na sila tingin ko makatulog. Pwede nga nila gawin yung virtual career fair ngayon. Ngayon na nila gagawin yan eh. Diba? Yun nga lang, nakaschedule talaga siya for tomorrow, 1:30 ng hapon.
Hintay ko sila, sir. Isang araw na lang.
Isang tulog na lang. Okay, isang tulog na lang. Yes.
Well, na-mention niyo nga, sir, that well, this isn't yung first na virtual career fair. We've done it before. Nakailan na rin tayo. And yun nga, from our observation, malaking effect yung ating participants mismo yung nag-bring up, nagtatanong sa ating company. Kasi, well, they will be presenting a bit of a background sa kanilang company. They will be showing yung job opportunities. Kaso, syempre, mabilisan lang yun. Mabilisan, hindi naman nila pwede puntan to go into detail for each position. Makakainin natin masyado ang time. Which is why it's important for you to ask about it. Pagdating nyo nga sa breakout room. Kasi, of course, main room muna, hello, present, and then breakout rooms. Yan. Seize that opportunity pagdating sa breakout rooms dahil this is where you could ask the questions. Doon nga sa mga present na job opportunities. Again, very basic siguro yung info na ma-share paano yung mga particular questions tulad ng sabi ni Sir Kim, relocation package, tapos yung iba, very particular asking about yung sa work from home setup, yan. Ito, ideas na to para sa inyo sa mga important na consider nyo, baka pwede nyo yung tanong to tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, Sir Robert, I also wanted to remind the audience because
Mhm.
pagdating po sa virtual career fair, the reason why we encourage you all to use your resume link because of the data privacy policy. So definitely wala pong exchange of numbers or exchange of emails na mangyayari pag kayo ay nandoon sa virtual career fair platform na po. Now, another good thing that will happen tomorrow is once you have the resume link, pwede mo po yan sabi na lang, banggitin dun sa HR, and that interviewer can already see yung profile ninyo. So, yan yung maganda. Nababawasan na rin yung magsasubmit ka pa. Ngayon din, mag-email pa. Wala nang ganon. You just tell them your resume link. They can open it on their end and see yung profile ninyo. Because you already said yes in joining the Trinity University of Asia Virtual Career Fair Live. Diba? Yan ang mga innovation ng technology. Kaya mabilis ang proseso. Alright? So, I
Okay.
hope we've already covered everything.
Siguro naman, sir, may good idea na sila sa expectations at kung anong kailangan nila gawin. So, I think pwede ka na talaga magbabay, sir. Pwede na tayo
Pwede na.
mag-move forward.
Sige.
I
We'll
think,
see you tomorrow.
we've covered
We'll see you
everything.
tomorrow.
So, Sir
Yes.
Kim, we'll see you all tomorrow. So, bye muna tayo kay Sir Kim. Sir
Bye-bye.
Kim,
Bye-bye. Be
see you
safe.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's move on to our second topic. So our second topic, as mentioned earlier, is about virtual interviews. So I would now introduce our speaker. Mark graduated from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines back in 2015 with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Human Resource Development Management. He joined Cognizant fresh from college, a senior coordinator for the Talent Acquisition Group, and has progressed as the campus and events channel lead, taking on junior executive functions. A young and dynamic HR professional, Mark has been recognized during the 2017 Gawad C-Lab Awards as Rookie of the Year, 2018 High Club Awards, and 2019 Regional HR GEM Awards for going beyond boundaries. So let's welcome Mr. Mark Aurelio, HR Junior Executive from Cognizant Technology Solutions. Good morning, Sir Mark.
Hi, Robert. Good morning.
Hi, Sir Mark. Nice to see you again. So, Sir Mark has been speaker na sa aming previous webinar. So, Sir Mark, alam na natin ang next step, which is to test your screen share. So, test na po natin ang screen share, and once it's good, you could start with your presentation. Now, to our viewers, once again, si Sir Mark will be presenting, but after yung presentation niya, we will have quick time siguro for one or two questions sa audience if meron. So, let's see if Sir Mark will be able to address tong mga questions na to. Sige. Sir Mark, for now, wala pa ang inyong screen, but I'd like to inform you that your audio and video is fine. And, oh, it's now up. Full screen na lang ang kailangan. And I think after this, it will be fine. Let's just wait for a bit. And it is up. Sige, Sir Mark, I could see your presentations on full screen, audio, videos, fine. So I'll be going backstage and see you sa Q&A later. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning, guys and gals. Mark here. No, I have been a recruiter for 5 years now, and in those years, I have learned a thing or two about hiring and getting hired. So now I'm here to share what I know with you. So if that sounds good, can you type good in the comment box section? Kung nakakasunod kayo. Also, I'm also here to help you understand about Cognizant. I'm going to show you Cognizant growth and credentials, and I hope that you will find them as helpful as they have. Okay, so to start, Cognizant is a market leader and was founded in 1994. We are a US-based company, specifically in Teaneck, New Jersey. which have 283,000 employees. Cognizant is a leading provider when it comes to information technology, business consulting, consulting and business process outsourcing. In terms of BPS or business process services, we have big global footprints. And when we say big, we have delivery centers that support all operations across the region. So for now, we have 270 plus global offices. Okay. We also support our clients using different languages. We hire Arabic, Korean, um, Mandarin speakers. So if you know someone or if you have relatives who know how to read and write these languages or in any of these languages, you may refer that to Cognizant. Okay. Also, despite the global pandemic situation, we were able to increase our revenue by 4% year over year. Okay. So who among you here are familiar with Fortune 500? So for those students who are not familiar, Fortune 500 is an annual list published and compiled by Fortune magazine, wherein they ranks the uh, 500 of the largest U.S. corporation in terms of revenue. So back in 2013, Cognizant ranks in 352. And as we combined our passion for client satisfaction and technology innovation, we were able to take the 194th spot last year. Okay. At the same time, we are one of the most admired companies in 2020 in 12 years in a row. We're also part of the Forbes Top 100 Digital Companies in 2019. So we are top 63. All right, so let's get into the topic now. But let me ask you guys, are you ready to find the job of your dreams in 2021? So if you are ready to find the job of your dreams in 2021, you're going to need to know some tips on dressing up and answering common interview questions. Okay, so because and preparation for an interview needs to start days in advance. Now, don't think that you're going to just um, roll in the day off with no preparation and wing it. I tell you, it will not go well. Okay. So there's an old saying that practice makes perfect. Perfect. So repetition is the key. Um, Interviewing is no different. You need to spend a considerable amount of time researching. If you expect your answers to sound concise, you need to spend considerable amount of time rehearsing them. So relatable, believable answers take time and preparation. So you must practice. Okay. So let's talk about the preparation from a logistical standpoint. Because if you are in a job hunt mode, there's definitely some things that you need to have ready. So let's talk about the things that you need to have ready to go at the moment's notice when you receive or when you are in a job hunt mode. Okay. So first of all, your interview outfit. Whatever that's going to be, we will talk about that in a minute. Copies of your resume, uh, you can print it out, ideally in nice paper, but no need to laminate your resume. You can even use Jobs 180 resume link. Okay. So what else? You're going to research about the company. Um, you're going to check their social media pages. You're going to find common connections in the company that you're applying for. So you see where I'm going with this, right? What I'm trying to say is, we don't always get several days notice when an interview is being scheduled. So it's not unusual, for example, to get a call 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then the company wants to meet you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So you've got to be ready for that. Okay. So so let's get into the interview questions. So this is um number one question is tell me about yourself. Okay. So tell me about yourself. It's a common interview question. So concentrate on telling about your work related skills and not as opposed to your home life. So they might appear interested, but trust me, they are not. So they are not interested in your home life. They just want to see or to know if you are going to be a good fit for the role. So, as I mentioned, focus or concentrate on telling them about your work-related skills as opposed to your home life. Okay. Number two tips: download a copy of the person's specification or job description of the job, um, and focus on telling them how your skills and attributes match the document or the job description. So let's say you're applying for a customer care associate, and you see in the job description that one of the requirements you got to have positive customer focus approach. Um, so you can say that in the interview. You just have to match how your skills and attributes um, to the job description. So if you have a customer focus approach, then you need to tell that in the interviewer or during the interview. So number three tips would be use power words in your response, such as motivated, enthusiastic, loyal, flexible, committed, honest, adaptable, etc. So this will resonate positively with the interview panel or the interviewer. So as I've mentioned, tell them, like for example, tell them that you're hardworking, loyal, enthusiastic, person who understands how important work is to your overall happiness. Then you take work seriously. So as I mentioned, um, get the skills or one of the requirements in the job description and then match it uh, with your skills and attributes. All right. So interview question number two. Why do you want to work here? Well, here's some tips. Tell them about the preparation work you have done in the build up to the interview. So focus, as I mentioned, focus on the specific person specification, the job description, and information that you have gleaned from the company's website. And also, you can check on the literature of the company that you have studied during your research. So before you go to the interview, you should have looked onto their website. You should have looked on the about part for the company. And in case you have friends or you know someone who's working for that company, what you could say is you can say that during your research you have managed to speak to one of your friends who work for you, and they had nothing but positive thing to say about your company. So you can say about that you have friends working in the company, and they have been working for a few years now in your company, and they appeared very happy in their work. So if you find that um, If that's your reason on applying for that role, then feel free to say that during the interview. Interview question number three. So, what are your strengths? So, strength. Again, this is a common interview question. Again, let me give you some tips. So, one is again focus on the person specification for the role that you're applying for. So if one of the requirements of the job is that you are an effective team player or team worker, so you can say I'm great working with people. I can get along with majority people, and I'm a great team player. So you could tell that during the interview. Okay. So say something. I know it's very generic answer, but say something different that makes you stand out from the job applicants, from the other job applicants. Okay. So give an example of why you are better than the other applicants, and try to make yourself relatable and real and honest. Okay. Interview question number four: where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Here's some few tips. Number one, don't tell them that you plan to have moved in the company, either internally or externally. So what I mean by that is you don't want to say, well, I plan to leave for a couple of years and do different role in a different company. Diba? So you don't want to say that. Uh, Loyalty is very important to the vast majority of employers. Remember that they have to spend time, resources, money in training you up in the role. So they will want to see a return on their investment. Okay. So and also you may say that you don't want also to say that during the interview, imagine this: you are being interviewed by the hiring manager, and then you don't want to say na, I want to sit where you are right now. So don't say that because it's an arrogant response, and there's a different way to say that. Okay. So interview question number five: what are your weaknesses? Um, so all of us are we all have weaknesses. So don't give a weakness that is one of the key requirements of the job or the role. For example, for if punctuality and good timekeeping are important, don't tell the panel or the interviewer that you struggle getting out of bed in the morning. So you must get a weakness and provide an action on what you do to improve or to change your weakness into strength. So you might cite or describe a situation or a weakness, and then give an example or actions that you take to improve yourself. So last interview question is, can you work under pressure? Um, so here's the tips. Try to give an example of when you have carried out a difficult or pressured task under strict time constraints. So give an example and don't forget to use the STAR technique. So for the STAR technique, it is when you describe your response to the situation and you use a structured format. One, you explain what the situation was. You then explain the task. Um, that you have to carry out, and then you then explain the action that you took and what was the result following your actions. Okay. So, and if you follow the STAR technique, you will 100% give specific examples. And for employers, most of the employers, they're looking for a specific or behavioral response to some of the interview questions. So, if the interviewer is asking a question which is not related to a specific skill, um, uh, you must be ready to check if it's um, if it's asking you a behavioral interview question. So when asked about a behavioral interview question, you must prepare your STAR technique. Give the situation, task, action, and provide the results of your action. Okay, so that would be all. I hope you learned a thing or two about this presentation. Um, and if you learned something, you may just type in fantastic in the comment box section.
Thank you, Sir Mark, for the presentation. So, you were able to show yung mga common na questions tinatanong so our viewers would expect this. And then yun nga, meron ka ng tips on how to answer these questions. Sir Mark, I think I would like to raise itong common question and common question din to na tinatanong sa amin on how to answer. And it's on yung sa salary expectation. What is the best way to answer itong gantong question if the HR would ask the interviewee kung what is your expected salary, especially since fresh grad sila?
Yeah, thank you for asking that, Robert. So when asked about the salary expectation, it's best to prior to the job interview, do your own research. So when you're, for example, if you're applying for a customer care associate, you can try to look that in job street on the ranges or salary ranges of that position for a fresh graduate. So you can easily get that or find that in job street, the salary ranges for the role, for a specific role. And you may, as I mentioned, do your research. You can ask your friends who are working in the company or in the industry that you want to apply into. So do your own research, and so once you have done your research, make sure that um, your expected salary is for HR. We want to know if we can meet your expected salary. So it's very important to provide a numerical value or a number for your salary. Of course, just to meet your expectation. Okay, and um, because in our case, we don't want to um, I mean will let you leave because of the salary. Okay, so it's very important at the earlier stage of the interview that we have met or you have um, informed the interviewer about that information. Aside
Okay.
from doing research, you can um, what else? Yeah, just do your own research about the salary. Thank you, Robert.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Mark. So, doing research, important again, dun sa knowing the background ng company, but also, yun nga, when it comes to yung sa expected salary, maybe kahit yung mga other companies sa industry, baka makatulong din para makakuha kayo ng range. Okay, thank you, Sir Mark. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for your Q&A. So, thank you very much for your talk. Para sa ating viewers who would want to learn more about yung company ni Sir Mark, please go to jobs180.com/cognizantph. That's jobs180.com/cognizantph. You should see it under your screen right now. Okay, thank you, Sir Mark. See you soon.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay, so that is our second topic. Let's move on to our third topic, which will be our last topic for today. So, as mentioned earlier, it's the new normal world of work. So, I will be introducing our speaker. Ingrid is an image consultant and corporate communications professional with an extensive background as a presenter and producer for broadcast media, live and online events. She currently works at 51 Talk under the branding department. Her radio program, The Afternoon Cruise, won Best Entertainment Program at the 34th Catholic Mass Media Awards, and in 2012, she was selected as one of the 10 Women of Confidence awardees by Tupperware Brands Philippines. A graduate of John Robert Powers Manila and the Academy of Image Mastery in Singapore, Ingrid devotes herself to continuous learning in communication, branding, and image consultancy in preparation for her AICI International certification. Let's welcome Ms. Ingrid Hazel and Pagulayan, Branding Specialist of 51 Talk. Good morning, Ms. Ingrid.
Hi, Sir Robert. Good morning.
Morning. Nice to have you here with us.
Yes, and good
So,
morning also to all of the viewers on Facebook.
mhm, yes. So, test na po natin ang inyong screen, Miss Ingrid.
Okay.
Okay,
Sige.
so while Miss Ingrid is sharing her screen, I would like to
Mhm.
remind our viewers you could type your questions as a comment box. So I see earlier na nagre-respond kayo dun sa mga request ni Sir Mark for your reaction. So thank you very much for that. Miss Ingrid, I can now see your screen.
Yes.
Naka-upload. Nandito na siya. It's in full screen. Your audio and video is fine. So you could start. I'll be heading backstage. Balik na lang po ako dito for our Q&A. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sir Robert. And again, good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for taking time today to learn through the Trinity University of Asia students, alumni, and all of the guests. Maraming salamat for watching. So we just hope that with the presentations today, marami kayong natutunan, marami kayong nabaon, and it would add knowledge to you as you start looking for work. No? So it's good to always equip yourself with knowledge. So what is the new normal work environment? Itong new normal na to, lagi natin naririnig to, no, especially from last year. And it's something that we really have been used to. So like Sir Robert mentioned, I am from 51 Talk. So let me just introduce you to what 51 Talk is. First off, okay, this is a common mistake. So some people would say 51 Talk. No, it is 51 Talk because it's homophonous to I want to talk in Chinese. Okay, so you learned something new today. So, ayan, a tip for you when you're applying for work, make sure that you get the pronunciation of the name of the company right. Okay, so yan, it's 51 Talk because it's homophonous to I want to talk in Chinese. Okay, so just a few, just a background of our company. So 51 Talk is the leading online English education platform. And this 2021, we're celebrating our 10th year. Can you imagine that? So 10 years na kami. And this was founded, of course, by our CEO, Jack Wang, in 2011. And this photo that you see on the screen was taken from our anniversary kickoff last March. So in Beijing. And of course, we are also NYSE listed. This is among our milestones in the 10 years that we have set up the company. And we currently have more than 30,000 home-based online English teachers. Dumadagdag pa rin. We're on the road to 100,000 in the next few years. So we're looking forward that after you learn a lot about the company, you would be joining this number to 100,000 teachers. So in the next few years. Okay, so we also won a Silver Anvil Award for the Yellow Collar Initiative. And last year, we also got we also won the Guinness World Record holder for most number of people waving in a video album. So if you're interested to see kung ano yung laman ng video na to, you can just head on over to our Facebook page and just read all about us. Okay, and those most recently, we won at the 18th Philippine Quill Awards. So this is our first, and it's just truly exciting and wonderful to be recognized for all of the hard work also that we have been doing to, of course, to promote livelihood that can be done from home. Okay, so let's start. What's the new normal work environment? Okay, so it's online, diba? So this one, you look at this visual, usual na to. right? So you're in front of a computer, you're either taking down notes, meron kang camera that's on, and then you have to have your lighting, you have to have a good source of light, tapos meron kang pakape dyan on the side, right? So that's what we have been doing. So working and even studying from home, di ba, yung mga online classes ninyo. So work from home, you probably heard also the terms these have been thrown around since last year. Work at home, earn from home, tapos yan yung teach at home, right? But years before, when you would hear these terms, when these were thrown around, parang people haven't really warmed up to the idea of it. But since last year, because all of us were forced to stay at home because of the lockdowns and of course because of the global pandemic, right? The global health crisis, it became the norm. Okay? So yung mga gumagawa nito for the longest time, parang, oh, we're used to it. Like for us, like I said, 5 on Talk is 10 years. And since we started, our teachers have really been home-based. So they conduct the lessons from home. They do it in front of the computer. So yeah, we before the pandemic. Now, because of the global health crisis, almost everyone had to transition to working from home. Yan, and then running their businesses from home, as well as managing people from home. And another challenge, managing people at home. So can you imagine, right? You're at home, hindi lang naman ikaw nagwo-work from home, or you're not the only one studying from home. If you have siblings, if you have a family, most probably because of the pandemic, because of the lockdown, lahat kayo sabay-sabay. Right? And one of the challenges brought about by this one is internet connectivity, which is why there's that demand for stronger internet connection. And then another thing, supervising the schooling of children from home. Okay, so let me just share with you some figures from research. Remote employees, this is from Communication Technology and Inclusion. So you can read more of this one from Business News Daily. So remote employees work an additional 1.4 more days per month than in-office employees. So remote employees take longer breaks on average than office employees. So you can read the details of this one, no? Kasi sa office, right? Parang mas, I don't know, if you've experienced getting into an office, syempre mas strict ka sa time. But at home, not saying that you will slack. It's just that you get to enjoy more of your breaks. Office workers are unproductive for an average 37 minutes a day, not including lunch or breaks, whereas remote employees are unproductive for only 27 minutes. And then 15% of remote workers said their boss ganun ba yon? Their boss distracted them from work, which is less than 22% of office-based workers who said the same. So let's take a look at the new normal work environment. What's the good and what is the bad? Okay, so work from home, the good. Less commute and less time in traffic. I'm sure a lot of us, di ba yan yung mga usual complaints natin, yung mga 2018, 2019, right? Parang, oh, it's so traffic. Pag Monday talagang, all of us are in a traffic rush because of the heavy traffic, we have to leave an hour, 2 hours before just to be able to get to the office or school on time. But this one also, because there's lesser commute, less time in traffic, time is freed up for other things, which is why, di ba, nung mga unang weeks of the pandemic, aside from working from home, people started to rediscover cooking again, baking again, yung mga padalgon na coffee na yan, di ba, yung mga trends na gano'n. Because, yeah, suddenly you realize, oh, shucks, bumalik na yung mga, you regain around 3 more hours of your time. Less exposure, of course, to the virus. You have more time for family, more home cooked meals, and then we also have the bad. Tignan niyo naman yung sa illustration. I'm sure some of you, even if you're studying, nakaka-relate kayo dito pagka meron kayong pets, yung mga pets ninyo, ano na rin sila, office mates niyo na rin. Gusto nilang makasama sa mga online class niyo or sa mga online meetings. The not so good. Time is taken up by additional tasks due to everyone staying at home. So like I said, earlier, time has been freed up kasi nawala na nga siguro yung travel time. However, if we look at the reality that you live with the family, you're all working, studying from home, suddenly there are additional tasks. Like kunwari, ikaw ang tagaluto, ikaw yung mom, right? You have to suddenly cook and prepare meals. Aside from that, there's also the online, the Zoom fatigue. While it's very convenient that we don't have to really fully dress up or head on to the office, go to our meeting rooms and all that. Ito naman sa online Zoom fatigue, ang tendency nito minsan sunod-sunod, and that can be very tiring. Work from home stress, barriers and boundaries is also easily broken kasi parang people are thinking nasa bahay ka lang naman so you can do this. But then again, like I said, because you also have other responsibilities, 'di ba? There are other things that you spend your time on. Parang minsan yun hindi nako-consider. But for things like this, when you get to experience it, say for example, sa boss nyo, sa coworkers nyo, the key is you communicate. You just let them know, okay, this is the situation at home. I'm kind of balancing it, but I'm gonna do my best pa rin. Siyempre, you do yung responsibilities po. But try to paint a picture also to your boss or your coworkers. Na, okay, I'm also managing the online schooling, yung modules ng anak ko. I'm also the one preparing yung mga meals. So, yon. So, you also don't have a quick escape or time for self. Kasi noon, pagka nagtatrabaho ka sa office, you need a break from the routine, you need a break from everyone. For example, di ba, you can just either go to the balcony or bumaba ka ng konti, punta ka ng convenience store, go to a quick trip to the coffee shop. Parang it's just, a little breather. But then, nasa bahay ka na ngayon, di ba? Parang, saan ako pupunta? So you can go, if you have a big house, then you can go to other rooms. But then, not everybody has that luxury. Tapos, syempre, the not so good, like I said, yung ating mga connection issues. Okay? So, what is the new normal workplace? Face-to-face meetings only when necessary. So, we have been dito sa Pilipinas, no? So, nakailang CQ na tayo, iba't ibang version, iba't ibang strength ng CQ. But eventually, when we achieve nga yung sinasabi, sana yung herd immunity because of the vaccinations, we would be able to do a hybrid of work from home and also doing some office work. Pero yun nga, face-to-face meetings only when necessary na lang. Socially distanced workspaces, hindi na katulad ng noon na magkakatabi yung cubicles. There will really have to be distances because if we watch the news, diba, and we subscribe to the studies, diba, yung transmission ng virus. So, of course, those things are considered. Minimized gatherings, report to the office at least a few days a week, and the rest work from home. So, yung sinasabi natin na hybrid. Now, there's also no more eating together, the office lunch out. Sinasabi ko to sa office mates ko sa 5 on Talk. Sabi ko, one of the things I miss is pag magla-lunch tayo, parang because we come from different departments, parang our way also of coming together is during lunch. But of course, because of what's going on, yan rin, hindi na din siya kahit sa mga pantry, di ba? Gathering sa pantry or the office lunch out. Protective gear, sanitation stations, that's always there na. Hindi na pwedeng wala kang baon na sarili mong alcohol or your protective gear, your masks, right? And then the reality also of office shutdowns when a positive case is reported. And this could be very costly also. Kasi syempre, di ba, costly also for the company because, magsha-shutdown siya for a few weeks, for example, just to be able to sanitize and then, just to protect also the workers. Online operations. Okay, students, ayan I'm sure you're using this one also, high utilization of the Google ecosystem. You have your Google Drive, so you really have to be familiar with these. Okay, Google Docs, yung mga trackers, ganyan, sheets, online meeting platforms. Ito na yung online operations natin yung mga show and event streaming. So you have to familiarize yourself with these, as well as online time and productivity tracking. Initially, nung una siguro, nung pandemic, there were some people who were thinking, paano nga ba natin gagawin yung mga time in, time out? The good thing is, there are companies that have developed these apps nga and these systems in place so that you would still be able to track the productivity and then, of course, yung time in, time out of employees, even if they're doing it remotely. Yan, online operations, online approvals, e-signatures, online financial transactions. You have to be very familiar with this one. You have to know how to navigate it because it's also a security issue, di ba? While it is convenient, you also have to be wary na, susceptible rin siya sa security issues. So, dapat alam mo how to protect yourself, yung accounts mo. And if you're in charge of transferring money, if you're in charge of accounts, yeah, you have to really be familiar with how to secure these platforms. Fully functioning websites, ayan pa, because they can't go to the physical offices, physical stores. If you have new clients, if you have new customers, what's the first one that they will check out? Syempre yung website. So the websites have to be fully functioning. All of the links need to work. Plus the fact that they also have to be updated. Hindi pwedeng last update niyan 2019. Right? Because if they want more information about your services, if they want more information about what you can offer your products, it always has to be updated. And of course, customer service portals also have to be active. Hindi pwedeng isa, dalawa lang yung humahawak niyan. Because everybody's online now, they want to, of course, they bring up their concerns, di ba? Yan dapat may nag-a-attend din sa kanila. So yan ang online operations natin. Response time, this is something we also have to manage because we have to admit shorter din talaga ang attention span of people, lalo pag online. Okay, so given the present landscape, what does this mean for us? So, like I said, we have to adapt and embrace technology. So, intentionally get the training to navigate online platforms. Hindi pwedeng, ay, hindi ako marunong yan. Hindi ko na lang siya aaralin. Right? Maybe it will be overwhelming at first, but really, it's something that you have to, pwede naman siyang matutunan. Meron naman mga tutorials. And then if you close your mind off to learning new skills and growing your technical know-how, it will be very difficult for you to keep up. Why? Because we live na nga in this online world and it's not like the updates, it's not like the innovations take years to happen. Of course, may mga ganong development stages pa rin. But every single day, just come to think of it, there are new things being released, there are new updates. Tayo nga, di ba sa mga phone natin, o kunwari, whether you're an Android user or Apple user, you have to keep updating your OS, di ba? Tapos yan yung mga programs, your apps. You also have to keep updating them periodically because they add some bug fixes. They also, they add updates. So same thing with our knowledge, same thing with our skills. We have to keep updating it also. And then upgrade your work from home or your work equipment for a more conducive work from home space. So this was interesting, no? So in the last year, there's been a rise of sales sa mga microphone, sa lighting, ang ring light, no? Everybody, I think almost everybody has a ring light now. And of course, a really good working webcam. Yon, so high definition webcam. Next, future-proofing your work from home gear. Later on, I'll delve more into this one, yung parang technical stuff. But yes, if we see this happening, if we see that this is going to be the new normal of working na nga, then that means you will have to future-proof your equipment. What does that mean? Kailangan pagka magsiset up, or kunwari bibili ka ng mga computer paraphernalia mo or yung parts, you think about it na in the future. Okay, so will I be able to use this for at least 5 years or 10 years? Kasi minsan pag bibili ka ng processor, di ba, ang bilis-bilis pa naman mag-update niyan. I remember before, ang 4 gigabyte na RAM, parang okay na. Pero ngayon parang tumataas yung standard, dapat at least 8 gigabyte. So we never know in the next few years, ang minimum na 16 gig. So those are things, those are like trends that we have to keep yan, dapat updated tayo sa ganyan just so we would be able to make the necessary adjustments, yung mga investments natin sa equipment natin. Kasi kunwari bibili tayo ng mura lang na equipment tapos magagamit lang natin siya for 1 year. Sayang. Tapos by next year, we have to upgrade again. So those are things that you have to consider. Kaya ako sinasabi yun nga, you have to future-proof your work from home gear. And then be more mindful also and respectful of other people's time. This is the new normal, like I said. So we have to deal with the shorter attention span. And when we say, okay, be in this meeting at this certain time, and if they allot just 1 hour, yun, we have to respect that because they might be doing other things as well, or they may have other meetings or online things scheduled na pagka na-move, parang lahat na masisira na yung schedule. So let's be mindful and respectful of other people's time. Okay, so let's go back to 5-1 talk. Let's go back to how we set up things. So a lot of our teachers, like I said, no, we've been online for we've been doing this. So since 51 Talks founding 10 years ago, way before work from home became the norm, 51 Talk teachers have been home based and they have been teaching and earning from home. So since before, our whole process was designed to be conducted online. Of course, if we look back at how technology was in 2011 versus 2021, syempre ang dami-dami ng improvements, right? But this is just an example. This is one of our teachers, teacher Ziril Vivi. She is based in Bacolod, and she's been doing this for I think almost 3 years na siya since she graduated. But she is a licensed teacher, and she's also a literary coach. So yeah, I'm just showing you also online English teaching as a safe and resilient livelihood. So 51 Talk has been heavily featured in the news because home-based teachers shared how they continued to teach and earn from home safely during the pandemic. So yes, ito yung recent from Inquirer. So you can check out the news bits that we have on our LinkedIn page, also on our Facebook page, syempre sa website din. And like I said, everything has been online since we started. So ito, just to give you guys a snapshot of what it's like. So the teachers or the interested applicants apply online, submit the teacher qualifications online na din. No need to go to the office. You pass the pre-screening and schedule an interview and technical check. So yan, phone interview, either through Skype as well. So some tips regarding that, I think it was discussed in some of the previous sessions. But for this one, maybe I will just give you a quick tip so you already know that there will be a technical check. If you are interested in applying, please prepare na yung details ng computer specs ninyo because that will be asked as well and that will be checked. Hindi pwedeng nag-apply ka ng online opportunity and then you don't know the specs of your gadgets that you're using, right? So be familiar with these and then also be familiar with your internet connection because for online opportunities, very important yan kasi i-check yan. So you have to already have the information ready. Ilan na Mbps mo? What's your provider? Is it a wired internet connection? Wired is more reliable. So yun, LAN cable. Okay, so we go to the day two. So there's the new teacher training, introduction to TESOL. This is online also. And then ACE, the teaching demo. So teaching demo, that's also online. Okay, so there are tips naman on how to prepare for that. And then there's the onboarding session. You open your teaching slots. The 51 Talk platform, everything, it's online. So teachers get their students to the platform. They're booked through that. And the lessons, everything is also on the 51 Talk platform. And then you submit your requirements, pass the background check, and then you can start teaching. Okay, so I'm just checking my time. Okay pa naman ako, sir, no? Right. Okay. Technical requirements. Okay. Here are the things that you have to keep in mind. Ito yung mga common din. So wired DSL or fiber connection with at least 5 Mbps. Kung mas mataas pa, much better. LAN connection. So your laptops and PCs must be connected via the cable. Desktop or laptop, Intel Core i3, 5th Gen, i5, i7, or AMD equivalent. Ito yung sinasabi ko na you have to be familiar with your processor, your computer equipment details, okay? Tapos yung memory, at least 4 gig of RAM, minimum 60 gig of free hard disk space available. You have to know this because for online platforms, diba, of course, you might have to install something or you have to run these platforms. So it will take up space. So yan, kailangan ready yung ating equipment to handle those. Kasi pagka nag-apply ka tapos hindi naman siya ready to handle, how will you be able to efficiently run the program, right? Kung lagi siyang crash ng crash, right? So you have to, those are the things that you need to also get ready. Webcam is essential for the new normal in the workplace because we can't do face-to-face. At least, yon on screen, di ba, we see each other. And then the headsets with extended mic and noise cancellation feature. Because if we were referred to my example earlier, a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are studying from home. Minsan sabay-sabay. Or we can't really say that everybody has a quiet working environment. So the headset with noise cancellation feature at least helps to minimize the background noise. And the nice thing also about there are apps that you can download now that can also help minimize. I think yung CRISPR and there are a lot of things na pwede mo rin i-download para it will help minimize or mask the background noise pagka maingay talaga dun sa area where you live in. Okay? So for the teaching spot, we can convert any of the following home areas into a work or teaching space. So pwedeng dining area, could also be, oops, it's not moving. Yan, empty room. If you have an empty room, sana all may empty room, extra corner or space that you can spruce up, make it look like, very conducive. After finding the perfect spot for your teaching space or your workspace, you have to make sure that it has the following qualities. Ayan po ang bright and even lighting. So do you have a natural light source? That's good. So at least by the daytime, iniisip mo, I don't have to use my ring light. But what if you don't have a natural daylight source, like a window, for example? So yun na yung bibili ka ng you need to be able to invest in some lights. Make sure that it's clean and organized, hindi yung maraming kalat. But if it can't be avoided, pwede naman yang matulungan ng if you have your green screen. Okay? So it also has to be quiet. But again, if you really can't help na meron talagang ambient sound, like I said, invest in a noise canceling headset and then make use of the apps. It has to be well ventilated, of course. You have to be comfortable also. Kasi work from home na nga tayo, or we're doing these things at home. Kailangan din maaliwalas, right? It's not cluttered. Make sure that your equipment is in tip-top shape. Make sure that your operating system is updated. Like I said, sa mga phones nga natin, di ba? Also, with our computers. Okay? At gagawin nyo yan before kayo, kunwari for an interview, hindi yung nag interview na bigla nyo dinicide. Sige, let's update. Minsan, how long does it take? 70% tapos ilang oras, di ba? And we don't want that. You don't want yourself being too nervous na you're trying to get on an interview, for example, and you just decided to update. So those things, yan, kailangan nyo siya check. So check for updates and then yung schedule as well when you're gonna update. Limit the number of programs running upon startup. This is something we overlook. Kaya minsan ang bagal mag-startup. So yan, this is how you can look at it sa Windows. You have your task manager. Look at which programs are eating up most of the memory or yung sa CPU nga. So makikita nyo yung percentage dyan. So at least you're familiar. Okay, if I'm on, kunwari, for example, if I'm on Zoom, ano yung parang kumakalaban or ano yung isa pang program na nakabukas na medyo umaagaw nung bandwidth. Okay? Optimize your computer. Yan, so you optimize your drives. I showed you earlier yung mga the memory that's needed. So you have to check then. So will you have to partition? Will you have to add do you have to purchase extra hard drive or kailangan mo ba siyang palitan ng SSD but just so it's faster? Defragment your computer and delete unused programs. Kung hindi naman na kayo nag-games, kung hindi na kayo nag-chess sa if you're no longer playing those, di ba, yung mga solitaire, ganyan. Basta the other programs that you don't use, then check if you can delete it. And then here, upgrade your RAM, upgrade your SSD, visit your computer shop for details. Or you can also look at some tutorials on YouTube. But remember, if you are in doubt, don't do things by yourself. It's always good to seek the advice of experts because baka mali rin yung mabili nyo na baka hindi siya compatible sa system. So that's something you have to check because ayaw nyo naman masayang yung pera din ninyo. Okay, so for the home office also, invest din. Kahit later on na to, but yun nga, if we're looking at it in the long run, these are things you also have to invest in. Your UPS, generator, pagka you live in an area na madalas nawawala ng kuryente, yan. So power inverter and car battery. So ito yung mga okay na backup. And then of course for your internet, just in case it conks out, always have the prepaid Wi-Fi or prepaid internet modem ready just so you still be able to be connected kung biglang wala yung regular connection nyo. Okay, so that's the new normal work environment. So I encourage you, if you want to view available opportunities, please visit jobs180.com/51talk, and we would be so happy to welcome you into the 51talk family. Okay. So there again, you can just view it. It's jobs180.com/51talk. And of course, you can visit us, find out more about us, 51talk.ph. And here are our social media accounts. There you go. And yeah, let's connect as well. So I do talk about some job and career things also on my channels. So you can check that out as well, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you again.
Thank you, Miss Ingrid, for your presentation. So, ang daming na-cover ng inyong presentation. So, thank you for that. I think we can squeeze in. Mabilis ang Q&A, Miss Ingrid.
Sige, sir.
Uh, abot tayo dyan. So, earlier, part of your presentation is yung onboarding and training. Could you
Mm.
share how you do that online? Kasi, well, it's difficult nga for training and para ma-build yung team, mga ganon. How are
Aha.
you able to do this successfully online?
This is done, of course, through, syempre, ano, kailangan ni aming trainers, they've been trained naman to do this for several years na. So, the online platforms, yan, Skype, Zoom, right? So, yan, we have certain trainings, like we have the new teacher training, yan, kunwari, how many hours yan. They tell naman the teachers, how many hours they need to allot, tapos ano yung mga slots, and then they're also given yung parang yung material that they need to review, things that they need to prepare. Parang yung training journey nila before they get launched as a teacher.
Okay. So, thank you, Miss Ingrid. So, quick follow-up question. So, after yung onboarding training and then start na sila as teachers, how do you track yung ano nila? I guess work output or yung I don't think 8 hours sila dapat nasa tapat ng computer. So, how can we make sure na they are doing their job well while they are working from home?
Okay, so for our teachers, yan, so we have something that we call the My Page for our teachers. So that's their teacher portal. Diyan nila nakikita. That's where they are able to open their slots. Like for example, o kunwari, si Teacher Robert, available ako ng 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So this is a slot, my slots that are open, and then the students can book that. Okay? So nandun na yun, nakabook na siya sa system. Now, they log into our platform, which we call Air Class. Naka-connect yon. So if the teacher logs into the class and the student logs into a class, yun, naka-register din siya doon. So it's
Mhm.
seen, and then there's also a recording of their lesson. So makikita if na-fulfill siya, yon. And then they also have to write like a lesson memo, mga ganon. And then, so yun, everything is in the platform. So the lessons, yung booking, even the after the lesson, the evaluation, yun, and even announcements.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ingrid. So to our viewers, I guess, yeah, that will show at least one way kung paano nga natatrack na companies
Mm-mm.
yung output natin. And with that, Miss Ingrid, sorry to say, this ends our Q&A portion. So thank you very much for coming. I think tama na first time lang tayo nagkita sa webinar. Hopefully not the last. We will be glad to invite you sa future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Robert and Jobs 180.
Okay, so that's it. That's our last topic. So thank you very much for coming. We are glad to be able to share to you the contents of our webinar. So I would like to thank again Cognizant and 51 Talk for joining us dito sa webinar. I would also once again like to thank CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. Get the latest fashion trends for your corporate attire needs. Check out CEO Store in Lazada and Shopee or at the nearest mall in your area. For career opportunities, visit jobs180.com/CEO group. Okay, so to close our event, so we are closing. We have a school representative who will be sharing a message to us. I would now like to call on Mr. Caleb Don Iconyate, Manager of Global Education and Industry Relations Office. Good morning, Sir Caleb.
Hi, good morning. Almost good noon na, no, Sir Robert.
Abot pa
Thank you
tayo sa
very
morning,
much.
sir.
So, to the university top management and administrators, to our alumni and our students, graduating or soon to be graduating, good morning sa inyong lahat. A few months from now, you'll be considered graduates and you will be looking for ways to progress and to be able to apply the skills, knowledge, and experience you acquired from Trinity University, either through employment or through entrepreneurship. This activity and the job fair tomorrow are the first steps to finding employment and to understand the employment process. Our partnerships with our partnership with jobs180.com actually makes it easy for you to submit your application and to interact with industry. Salamat jobs180.com, Sir Kim, Sir Robert, and the whole tech team for your strong partnership with us. Thank you to our speakers, si Sir Kim kanina, Sir Mark of Cognizant, si Miss Ingrid ng 51 Talk. Maraming salamat po. Of course, tomorrow there will be more partner industries. Our gratitude, as always, to the Guidance Center Director, Jet Albano Naval, Miss Jet, kay Sir Sip Ryan De Vera, and the whole Guidance Center team for your hard work in coordinating with Gayro and with Jobs 180, so we can help our students look for professional opportunities, especially in this time of pandemic. Also for the evaluation form, maraming salamat din. This day is also a very exciting time for us. I will just share something, I'm going to look for it. Wait. I'm going, yes, okay. It's there. Yeah. It's an exciting day, as I've mentioned a while ago, because we have this other big event. Okay, today is the start of our Hanging Garden of Hope project. This is a sub project of the Plant of Hope Scholarship Fund Drive, which aims to augment the income of our underprivileged partner communities and to provide scholarships to Trinitians. We have a lot of partner communities that we are helping, and this is one way of getting more to help them. There are hope packages from which everyone may choose. In peso or in dollars, it's up to the donor. Trinitian alumni, student, industry partners, or otherwise, we would be delighted to answer your inquiries on this project. You can just email tcds@tua.edu.ph, and also Miss Carol Balmes. She's the section head of the Trinitian Community Development Section. She will answer your concerns. You can also email me, pero si Miss Balmes mas direct yung kanyang pagsagot at information na ibibigay. If you experienced financial help in your stay in Trinity, or you've helped financial help in other ways, especially during this pandemic, this is a good way to pay forward. So to our students, our participants this morning, we will see you tomorrow at the Virtual Job Fair 2021. I hope everyone is done with the resume link. So our dear alumni and students, may God bless your future. Please stay safe. So Robert, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Sir Caleb. So, well, we will see you again soon, which is tomorrow na agad. We will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Well, we're happy to do this webinar for Trinity, and bukas din, masaya rin kaming gagawin ang inyong virtual career fair. Just some final announcements, as mentioned by Sir Caleb, nandyan sa comment section and sa screen nyo right now yung evaluation form. You will be needing to go to this link to fill up yung evaluation form nyo. Again, nasa screen, but also check yung comment section. Other announcements, well, this video, it was streamed live, pero you could still watch this. Masasave to sa aming Facebook and YouTube page. So if ever may gusto kayo balikan, or if you have someone na was not able to join us today, you could send them the link. And last, of course, make sure to make your resume link. Again, kailangan yan para mag-register for tomorrow. So make your resume link. Go to jobs180.com, or as mentioned kanina by Sir Kim, schools.jobs180.com/TUA. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. We wish you luck moving forward, and well, stay safe and goodbye.